How self-aware are you? This is a significant question because self-awareness is a foundational leadership skill. The more self-aware you become, the more power you have to shape your trajectory and even the outcomes that you produce. Susan experienced this in working with a very difficult direct report. Susan and I were talking about her interactions with Bill, and she said, every time I ask Bill to do something, there's just this resistance. He has all this excuses about why it's not a good fit for him, and he really can't be expected to do it in the way that's being asked. And as I talked with Susan about the situation, I asked her, how do you think Bill is experiencing your leadership in these conversations? She paused for a few moments and said, well, there's really a lot of frustration. I'm pressuring him to try to get him to cooperate on these projects. And as a result, I'm just getting more resistance. As she became aware of her own responses and how they were impacting Bill, she began to come up with new ideas for how she could approach these conversations collaboratively and help Bill be able to create his own vision for success in getting these projects done. Self awareness enables us to see what's really going on internally and how we can make the shifts that are going to change the outcomes. What are the areas where we as leaders can deepen our self awareness? I want to share a couple of ideas with you here today, but I would love to hear in the comments what are the questions that we as leaders can be asking ourselves in order to have that continual feedback and self awareness process? One question I like to ask myself is, what is my internal narrative? The internal narrative really shapes what our outlook is and how our focus gets directed. When you adjust your internal narrative, you really adjust the story of what you're creating. Another self awareness question is, like I asked Susan, how are others experiencing you? When you look honestly at this question, you're able to get key insights about how you can interact with your team, with your family, with others in a way that really builds trust and creates the kind of outcomes where everyone is winning in the situation. A third self awareness question is, how does my effort align with my results? The more aware you become of how much effort you're putting in and the results that you're getting, you'll be able to fine tune those in order to be the most efficient for yourself. So these are just a few questions to deepen self awareness as a leader, but please share yours in the comments. What are the key areas where we as leaders can continue to grow our self awareness and shape our impact and our results?